Speaking of being let go, this is a weird story here. This is a weird story. A substitute teacher is now under fire for telling a class that Martin Luther King Jr. killed himself. The substitute teacher in Wake County also told a student at Rand Road Elementary School that his athletic gear was akin to prison attire. Now here's the deal. Here's the deal with that. You never want to, like, substitute teachers are never given any kind of respect. And I think it's because of people like this guy that they really aren't. Now this is a woman. This isn't a man. This is a woman who did this, right? She told a class of elementary school students that MLK killed himself. He wasn't assassinated. That bullet from across the way, he did it to himself. He bulwarked himself, essentially. She also is accused of telling kids that anyone who doesn't support Donald Trump was not a real Christian, and told one child that the athletic gear he wore to school was prison attire. Oh, yeah. No, Trump supporter. That makes sense. Look, I'm sorry for those of you who are out there who are Trump supporters that are legitimately intelligent and hear a story like this and go, why? But it does almost feel, to an extent, and you might be mad at me for saying this, but it does kind of feel that she's, she believes fake news. Like, somebody told her that MLK committed suicide, and she was like, that makes sense. And then she voted Trump, and you're like, yeah, that kind of lines up. I get it. Okay. Like, I get it. Again, not every Trump supporter is like that, but the ones that are really are going to believe that. The ones that go around saying that if you don't support Donald Trump, you're not a good Christian. That's right. A grifting, adulterer, who frequently cheats people out of being paid because he doesn't pay people. And I don't want to make this a whole anti-Trump thing, but, just kind of showcasing the hypocrisy that Trump is not God's chosen person. He's not. Oh, so here's when this went down. This happened last Friday during a music class. The sub, whose name is Elizabeth Temple, was apparently having a hard time getting the kids to settle down. Who, according to the father of the boy, who she singled out for wearing prison attire. Now, I want to know in her mind, in Elizabeth Temple's mind, what exactly is prison attire? Where does that sit? Where is that whole thing? Now, she was supposed to follow the lesson plan and just show a video to the students. That was it. That was her whole deal. She was just going to follow a lesson plan and show the kids a video, and that was going to be it, and that was going to be the end of the day. She didn't do that, though. She went on a different track. And she told the kids that Martin Luther King had committed suicide. Because, when dealing with a music class in an elementary school, the subject of MLK comes up quite often. Although I'm pretty sure it's MLK. Like, it was his birthday last month. Was this last month? I always forget. Now, the father of the boy says this to the news. He says, what book is she reading? And obviously it's not the right one. And for her to say this is to a classroom full of kids, giving them the misinformed information is just bogus. We can't afford to have anybody in the school system that is teaching this damaging rhetoric to white or black. Now, what happens here in a Facebook post, instead of teaching music, the substitute constructed her own lesson plan that glorified President Trump and his love for God, country, and all Americans. He also says that the teacher found the need to comment on his son's appearance and the clothing he was wearing, and told his son and fellow class male peers of color that their clothing marked them for prison. All right, so not to invoke some Trump rhetoric here, but I almost feel like this is criminal levels of negligence in regards to the teacher. It just lock her up. Just get her away from children. She doesn't need to be there talking to kids. She doesn't need to be there dealing with this at all. She doesn't need to be there. She doesn't need to do any of this. She should not be near children. Then she can have whatever political belief she wants. She can believe Trump was anointed by Christ to come down and lead the chosen people to the next millennium. I got no idea. She can whatever opinion she wants. But that's opinion. And to sit there and to say that a civil rights leader that was murdered in the mid-1960s, assassinated in the mid-1960s, took himself out back to the tool shed and put tool in his head. Like, that is not right. That is not okay. Now, the chief communications person for the Wake County Public School System did say this in response. The school has become aware of the students' concerns. Friday afternoon, as classes were ending, the principal and staff talked with as many students as possible before the day ended. Based on those conversations, the substitute teacher was contacted over the weekend and immediately resigned. She is no longer eligible to teach in that district, and that is a good thing. That is a very, very, very good thing. Outside of just the situation involving saying Trump was chosen by God, and then if you don't believe him, you're not being Christian. Saying this to elementary kids, and the MLK assassin thing, and the prison. Yeah, no, she's done. And I think any reasonable, rational person would agree with me on that one. I think any reasonable, rational person would sit there and go, yeah, bitch, you went too far. Yeah, you went too far. It's time for you to leave. All right, it's time for you to go. They say we need better educators in the world, in America at least. Start by getting rid of her ass. I think we'll be on the right track. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. And you check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical or narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.